Pranesh Kumar Roy. In about 3 hours from now, Prime Minister Modi will be walking across the Kartavya Path. Kingsway, that was inaugurated in 1911, is all set to shed the colonial tag, the colonial legacy and the colonial symbolism. It will now be called Kartavya Path. This is the biggest coverage of that. Let's get started. Why was the renaming necessary? Because this has sparked a massive political controversy, with the opposition saying that the Modi government cannot get itself to do anything beyond changing names of structures, avenues, pathways, etc. The BJP has hit back at all those who the party says are compulsive critics, and they have said that this was justified because this is Naya Bharat, this is New India, and there is no room for an inch of colonial legacy. Sample the war of words on this.
আমাকে একটা চিঠি দিয়েছে পরশুদিন। কে দিয়েছে? লিখেছেন একটা আন্ডার সেক্রেটারি, সম্ভবত লেভেলের। লিখে বলছে প্রাইম মিনিস্টার 7 বাজে ইনাগুরেট করবে, তোমাকে 6 বাজে ওখানে উপস্থিত থাকতে বলছে, যেন চাকর বাকর, আমি বন্ডেড লেবার। সেজন্য 7টার সময় দাঁড়িয়ে থাকবো না আমি ওখানে, আমি আগেই 2টোর সময়, আমি এখানে আসবার আগে 1টার সময় নেতাজি সুভাষ চন্দ্র বোসের মূর্তিতে আবার নতুন করে মালা দিয়ে এলাম।
This is a big breaking input now. Mamata Banerjee taking pot shots at the center. Tamal Saha will be joining us, but Sabyasachi is at the venue. Mamata saying will not be attending this event at a time when the center is planning the ultimate honor really for Netaji Bose. Mamata says, listen, I am not your bonded labor. I have honored Netaji's statue today, but I am not going to be in Delhi attending this. I have done my part. Tamal Saha joining us. Tamal, to you first.
Well, that's right, Pranesh. Mamata Banerjee did not mince her words. She had lashed out at the central government, specifically at the Union Minister of Cultural Affairs. Now, she's saying day before yesterday she has received a letter from the central government given to her by an undersecretary. First point of objection, according to her, that an undersecretary cannot write to the chief minister, and the language of the letter, as she has quoted, suggested that the prime minister would be inaugurating the statue at 7 p.m. today, and that she should be taking the position, taking the seat by 6 p.m. today. To which she is saying that she is not a slave, she is not a bonded labor, she is not a servant, and she has also taken objection to the fact that an undersecretary has written a letter to the chief minister, which she doesn't think is in a good taste. She is questioning why hasn't the cultural minister, G. Kishan Reddy, had written to the chief minister. So Mamata Banerjee certainly not attending the program. She admits the fact that invite did come, but then we have to understand the kind of showdown we have witnessed in the entire run-up to 2021 election had in a way revolved around Bengali Ashmita, and Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose is the Bengali icon. So there lies possibly the crux of the matter. Mamata Banerjee says that I am not insulting Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, I am doing my Kartavya. I went to Kolkata statue, the main statue in Kolkata. I have garlanded it because I cannot be playing the song as per the direction and the discretion of the central government. So the war of words, the showdown between Trinamool Congress and BJP continues. The showdown between Mamata Banerjee and Prime Minister Modi continues. But at the same time, we get to see a kind of a war which is now revolving around such icons who in a way depict the Bengali Ashmita. Mamata Banerjee says that if it was an event where Netaji had to be honored, keeping politics aside, the invite could have been of a better taste. The invite could have been little more warm and welcoming. She has also touched upon the fact that Prime Minister from Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, when she came down to India, she had expressed the desire that she wanted to meet West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and she lamented that meeting did not happen. To which Mamata Banerjee says that it is purely because lack of coordination, and the central government in a way deliberately kept Bengal away from a meeting with Bangladesh Prime Minister, and she maintains that with Bangladesh Prime Minister she shares a very good bond. So overall she's trying to highlight it's nothing but rejection, or in a way a step brotherly treatment to Mamata Banerjee's government and Bengal government. And in that reference she also suggested that today the invite was there for her for Netaji statue inaugural in New Delhi, and she is not going there because she doesn't consider the invite had come on time, number one, and the invite is of good taste.
All right, invite not in good taste, did not come on time. Sabyasachi now joining us. Sabyasachi, this is a 28 feet Netaji Bose statue that we are talking about, which will be unveiled by Prime Minister Modi in just about 3 hours from now.
Well, absolutely, Pranesh. The grand Netaji statue is just behind me. I request my camera person to show you the statue. And just in few hours, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to unveil this majestic statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, which is 28 feet long and 280 metric ton in weight. And all the preparations are almost done. The artists from several states who are going to perform after Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurate the statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, the government has announced that for 4 days there will be cultural program right in front of the statue. So any public who wants to visit the newly revamped Central Vista can come along this with their family and see the cultural program which is going to take place here in front of India Gate for the next 4 days. And also, after Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled the statue, there's going to be a laser show as well as a cultural program dedicated to Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, where artists from different states are going to perform in front of the India Gate. And this is the newly and revamped look of the Kartavya Path. Here you can see the new board of Kartavya Path has been put out. So just after few hours left that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will come here. Top delegations also will be visiting out here. And let me show you the other part. This is towards the Rashtrapati Bhavan, giving you a 360-degree of the entire Central Vista Avenue to understand that the kind of redevelopment work and the minute details that the government has put in it to make sure that people or public who come out here with their families, they don't face any problem, because this is an area which belongs to the public. This is also an area where the Republic Day parade takes place, so it holds very high significance across the country, and that is the reason why we are seeing that in every single, be it from the lamppost to the grass, to every single detail, there has been attention given by the government. There has been different forms of grass which has been used out here. The designs of the lamppost has been retained, but they have upgraded the system. Also, they have completely refurbished the canals. They have used footover bridge. They have made underpasses for the vehicles as well as for the general public. So, and also people who come here along with the family can now enjoy food from almost 16 states, because stalls has been put out from 16 states, and also separate vending zones has been created. Now you see that the security personnel are on the move. A few minutes back, the artists from different states have reached out here. They are preparing. The final preparations is underway, and after a few hours, this entire stretch of road will be completely cordoned off, and all eyes will be on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. At 7 p.m. exactly, he is going to come out here and unveil the statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. Back to you.
Sachi, now, Tamal, before I bring you in, and we have our guests also joining us, let's tell our viewers what is the revamped Central Vista light. This is the 3D design, exclusive access, sneak peek, viewers. Rashtrapati Bhavan goes all the way till India Gate. That stretch is now called Kartavya Path. What do we have? We have the Prime Minister's residence here. This is the 3D master plan. What else do we have? We have offices for members of parliament. Now, if you go further towards left-hand side, you will see there are two museums. There is India at 75 Museum. There is also the Making of India Museum. Now, if you go forward further, you will see that there is the Museum of Indian Democracy, and this is here the new Parliament building. which is coming up. So this is a swanky new revamped Central Vista with a whole host of other features, including the new Prime Minister's office here. But why is the opposition upset? That's the question. But before I open it up to Jess, look at the political war of words.
ये तब रख सकती है बीजेपी की सरकार जब कर्तव्य पूरा कर रहे हो। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार को विचार करना चाहिए कि आप कर्तव्य पूरा कर रहे हैं, जिस लिए जनता ने चुना था वो काम कर रहे हैं, जो वादे आपने किए थे वो काम कर रहे हैं। बेरोजगारी है, महंगाई है, आर्थिक स्थिति है, डीजल पेट्रोल की कीमत है, कानूनी व्यवस्था है। क्या आपने ये सब कुछ कर लिया? अगर ये कर ले तब आपको हक है कि कर्तव्य पथ उसका नाम रखें। आपका तो कर्तव्य से कोई वास्ता ही नहीं है।
आज मनोज झा विरोध कर रहे हैं राजपथ के नाम बदलने का और उसे कर्तव्य पथ बुलाने का। ये तो उन्हीं से उम्मीद की जा सकती है। जो लोग परिवार पथ पर, जंगल राज पथ पर और माफिया राज पथ पर चल रहे हो, उनको तो कर्तव्य पथ से दिक्कत होनी ही है। सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि जो कर्तव्य उनका था 10 लाख नौकरी देने का, जब अपने कर्तव्य के तहत कुछ लोगों ने तिरंगा लेकर हाथ में नौकरी मांगने वो गए तो उनको खून से लथपथ कर दिया गया लाठी मारकर। तो अपना कर्तव्य वो पूरा करेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि कर्तव्य पथ से उन्हें परहेज भी नहीं होगी।
राजपथ का नाम कर्तव्य पथ तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने रख दिया, अच्छी बात है, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ये बताए कर्तव्य पथ पे चलना कब सीखेगी? चलना तो सीखो प्रभु कम से कम।
Well, it's from Rajpath to Kartavya Path. It's a long journey of 75 years, and after 75 years, Kartavya Path will be open to public now.
Let's open this up. Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, Sanjeev Srivastava, political analyst. Sanjeev Srivastava, let me begin by asking you, sir. Here is a shift of mindset. Rajpath, according to the government and according to many, in fact, was an icon of power, and today it has been renamed as Kartavya Path. That is more about public participation, about empowering the Janta. What's wrong in it?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong in it. See, nobody can fault the renaming of Rajpath to Kartavya Path. It sounds nice, it sounds better, it is more meaningful, and definitely it's a good step. Welcome change of name. But what people are objecting to, and what I will also definitely point out to, that changing the name from Rajpath to Kartavya Path is a welcome beginning, is a good beginning, but also it's equally important that people walk the talk, that there is a sense of right of duty, or what duties we have as citizens and what duties the government has towards the citizens as government. So that would be the real naming Kartavya Path. But having said that, that will have to wait. It has been renamed only today. So today is a day where we can welcome it. I am not one of those who will criticize just about anything for the sake of criticism. It's a good beginning. But like so many names have been changed across the country of many cities, many roads. So this is also one good change, more meaningful than several others. But let us see as to how much the government, establishment, citizenry of this country, because Kartavya is as much of the government as of citizens.
Shouldn't all parties come together and celebrate the new beginning? Or is Virod there only Kartavya?
Well, I don't know. That is something which the opposition parties will have to answer. But at the same time, I don't see any reason why the renaming should be opposed. At the same time, I also don't agree with the fact or appreciate that everybody should join the bandwagon in clapping and beating of drums and as if something great has happened. After all, a good name has been given to a street which once symbolized power is now going to symbolize duty. So you can also celebrate that as much only. It's not that the country has changed. It is not that our way of looking at life has changed. It's a good beginning.
Okay,
it
so
should
you're
be
saying this- the
appreciated.
change is only
but
cosmetic.
if you
Shekhar
go
Iyer,
on
do you
gaga
agree with
over
this?
what a great change,
Sanjeev
what a
Srivastava.
great change of mindset.
Well, nobody can differ with Sanjeev ji when he says that, it's a welcome step and should go with open mind. But, this is part of the Central Vista project, which was opposed by the opposition tooth and nail and also by others, and who feared the worst, this kind of change would bring to this part of Delhi. But now that we are beginning to see the first phase of the Central Vista, and there is a general appreciation of the fact that, things have been better. There has been landscaping done, and there is more greenery. The pathways have been created. The canals have been filled with better water management, and then, things have improved. There are parking space. There are going to be food places for vendors to sell their food. There are a lot of things happening there. At the same time, right from president downwards, we have been seeing the government has been trying to emphasize, just as it has duty towards the people, that it is also time to spread awareness about the citizens' duty towards the country. That's the basic purpose behind calling this. But this does not mean that the government is absolving itself of its responsibility, because I have seen some columnists, expressing the view that this is the first way of, government trying to wash off its hand of its responsibilities. It is passing everything to the citizens. I don't think so. This is basically an effort to promote awareness, what is called the responsible citizenship, in the sense that each of us, each individual, need to feel that we also owe something to this country, and we know a little way we can do. I think that's the spirit behind renaming this. Of course, it was earlier called the King's Way, so it had to be, it was just made, a translation was done, so it was called Rajpath. So basically there is no opposition. But ugly, I don't think that is possible at all. So therefore, we'll have to live with this opposition to anything that's happening.
All right, let's go. Let's bring in Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi, you're on the ground. The event starts at 7 sharp. Why don't you show us around, speak to people if you can?
Well, absolutely. Let me show you the preparations which are underway. You can see giant screens has been put out here. These are the giant screens for the VVIPs who are going to come out here. For them, they can see the entire function here at the giant screen, and straight you can see the majestic statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. I'll request my camera person to show you the 360 view of the preparations which are underway. On the left side, you can see the artists who have come out here from different states to perform. They are sitting out here in the lawn. You can see the greenery out here, which has been newly made. The new the signboard Kartavya Path has been put out here, and this is the complete revamped look which the Kartavya Path with the Central Vista Avenue has done, and all eyes are on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is going to come just in few hours to unveil this majestic statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. And a 4-day-long cultural program has been announced by the government. These are the lampposts which has been completely upgraded, though they have retained the designs, but they have retained the designs, and the kind of efforts and the kind of development that has taken place is commendable out here, because after 20 months, finally, the Central Vista Avenue is going to be open for the general public. Let me show you the granite pathways. These are the granite pathways which has been newly made. These granite pathways are around 16.5 kilometer long. Just ahead of the granite, these are the refurbished canals which has been newly made, and also there are overbridge which has been made, low height overbridge for the people to cross over. Earlier these were completely of sand. Now they have completely made the walkways of granite, and also they have made underpasses for the general public to go, and also for the car parking. So you see these on the right side also, you can see these arrangements made. They have put sitting arrangements for the VVIPs. Giant screens has been put out, and that is where Prime Minister Narendra Modi, if you see that that is a statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, which will be unveiled. Right in front, there's a podium being made for the Prime Minister and for the other dignitaries who will be attending this program right at the 7 p.m. And also a drone show has been prepared. For that drone show will be dedicated completely to Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. These are the final arrangements which are being made. The security personnel are doing a recce check before they completely cordon off the area and stop the general movement of public. Clearly, the excitement among the citizens are quite high, because since morning there was a lot of footfall which could be seen. A lot of people were coming in to see this grand statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, but for them this entire area will be completely open from tomorrow onwards.
All right, Sabyasachi, we'll keep coming back to you in the build-up to this biggest coverage, India on Kartavya Path. That's our hashtag on Times Now. Please use that to engage with us. I thank Shekhar Iyer, Sanjeev Srivastava for joining us.